for joining us. I'm your host, Renee Tejas, hoping your 2013 is off to a good start. Well, most folks know that composting is the process of turning your food and yard scraps into rich, fertile organic matter that can do things like feed your garden. Compost literally consists of decaying matter and therefore may not always be pleasant to deal with, which can be one of the downsides of home composting. Well, some lucky folks won't have to worry about that any longer. We all know that Austin Resource Recovery currently provides its customers with weekly curbside collection of yard trimmings, trash, including that greasy pizza box. But now about 7,900 homes won't have to compost themselves. That's because they're part of a one-year pilot program in which the city will pick up organics, including food scraps such as cooked or raw meat, grass clippings, and small branches, along with food soiled paper like coffee filters and, yes, that pizza box. The program is called Organics, and the test homes received a green organics cart for the materials, which the city will collect and help turn into nutrient-rich compost.
When I first started here, we had just started with the cart system. Prior to that, it was everyone just put their metal container or plastic container or their bags out by the curb and as much as you wanted, and it was just throw it away. I've seen a lot of changes in the past 20 years. It's good to see this material not being landfilled as much and being reused and recycled like it is. Some of the benefits we'll see is we're going to see a reduction of material going to the landfill. And by doing that, we're going to help to get to our zero waste goal and also kind of contribute to the city's efforts for sustainability. We'll see some benefits by reducing our disposal costs at the landfill. There'll be a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions that are emitted from the landfill because all those organics won't be going in there. Plus, we'll be generating a compost product that citizens can reuse in their gardens and yards. We notified the folks in the pilot areas. We have 5 different areas of the city, one for each of our service days, so Monday through Friday. Each area is about 1,600 homes, give or take. A total of about 7,900 people are involved in the pilot. Right now, we're probably looking at about a 3-year program rollout. And based on what we find out from this first pilot, we'll make adjustments to the program. I was out there during the delivery of the carts, and we had a lot of citizens that came up to us to tell us how excited they were to start a new program like this. Some of them backyard composted and didn't want a cart, which was fine. But we also explained to some of those that, we also collect meat and dairy products, stuff that they wouldn't want to put in their backyard compost pile. But where we're taking it, they're larger piles and it can handle those type of materials. So once we explained that to them, a lot of them then decided that they did want to go ahead and get a cart. I think one of the ways that this program is going to benefit the city is that it's going to allow us to make our operations more efficient. By using the cart, we're allowing ourselves to use automated or semi-automated collection vehicles. If we're able to reduce the number of trucks that are on the road, we're going to help with the city's goals to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. For the customer, it allows them to not only give them another option to handle their waste, but by moving some of that material out of their trash cart, hopefully they can then downsize their trash cart and actually pay less on their monthly bill. This is one of the next big steps for our department to make. A lot of other cities have done it throughout the nation. We've always had a curbside yard waste collection program. This will allow us to put a third cart on the curb for the consumer, hopefully get to that zero waste goal by 2040. We're getting there. We're not the biggest and we're not the first, but hopefully ours will be one of the more successful programs in the country.
Right now, nearly half the stuff that ends up in our landfill could be composted, and this pilot program is part of the city's commitment to a zero waste goal to divert 90% of materials from landfills by 2040. Depending on how the pilot areas perform, additional households could be added with the goal of providing curbside organic collection to every customer by 2016. To learn more, visit austintexas.gov/AustinComposts. And we're asking some local businesses to be vocal about their connection through a website with a focal point on their hometown ties. If you're a business owner, be sure to invest a minute and maybe even gain a customer by listing your business on the locallyaustin.org mapping website. Small business is big business in Austin, to the tune of over 38,000 small businesses in the metro area. The City of Austin's Small Business Development Program wants residents and visitors to easily find the Austin flavor. I'm talking about local food and drink, services, shopping, and entertainment through locallyaustin.org. If you're a consumer, bookmark locallyaustin.org as one of your favorites and make it your website of choice to find some of the best Austin businesses in town, knowing that every dollar you spend with a local small business has a greater economic impact right here in our own community.
My business partner and I opened the first Dirty Dog 9 years ago, 2004. Dirty Dog started out as strictly self-serve, where we give them everything they need to wash their dogs. We give them everything a groomer would use, basically. So the tubs are raised up at their level. They don't have to bend over. We have stairs to get the big dogs in. There's tie downs so they can't jump out and hurt themselves. Shampoo, conditioner, ear wash, towels, dryers. You have aprons to keep the people dry-ish, depends on the dog. Everything really basically you need to be able to come in and quickly and easily wash your dog, get them cleaner than you can with a cold hose in the backyard, and then they leave the mess here. So they're not having to scrub their bathroom ceilings, chase them around the backyard with a hose, and it's just really simple, quick and easy. A lot of people think of it as a way to spend time with their dogs. We pretty quickly discovered that not everyone wants to do it themselves. So then we added full service grooming where people can make an appointment and drop off and we'll do it all. We do all the dirty work for you. Being a small business owner, you just really never know what your day is going to entail. It's different every single day. Even at that first store, we thought we were gonna have a lounge where people could come and have coffee with their dog. And so we bought furniture from Goodwill and we recovered it. We had this whole lounge area, and then the first dog that walked in peed on one of the pieces of furniture, so very quickly had no lounge. Alicia and I had very, very little money. We basically took out personal loans, and so we had to do everything ourselves. The Small Business Development Program has the Meet the Lender Fair once a year, and that's actually where we found our funding for our fourth shop. Their whole being relies on small businesses being successful so that they can continue to do what they do. So they're really there to help you succeed. For us, the Small Business Development Program has been like a little band of angels. We all know, especially in Austin, dogs are part of the family now, especially if they're people that work all week. Then on Saturday, they have dog day and they go to the dog park and then they go have lunch with them and then they come in here and give them a bath and they're ready for the week. The City of Austin Small Business Development Program have created this website, another awesome tool for locally owned businesses. It's called locallyaustin.org. It is a completely free site for both businesses and users. You have to be locally owned to be on this site. Well, it's got the little social buttons on there, so you can go straight to Facebook, Twitter, your website, your email. It's all from their page. If you're thinking about starting a business, I would say definitely look into it here in Austin. The support that you could get at the Small Business Development Program is amazing. They help you from every step of the way. Start there. If you're thinking about starting a business, go talk to them. They will get you on the right path. It's just been a great 9 years, so we really want to thank you and thanks for welcoming us in the city.
So make an economic decision to shop local and find those opportunities on locallyaustin.org. And now it's time for a council update.
Austin energy rate changes are coming at a price to the city. The Austin City Council approved an additional $1.4 million for outside legal counsel to help address an appeal of rate changes to the Public Utility Commission of Texas. Ratepayers from outside the city have petitioned the state for a review, along with 6 other entities. Meanwhile, Council amended its program for this year's legislative session to oppose state law that would keep the city from regulating payday lenders. It also supports state laws that would close existing or potential loopholes used by businesses that make, obtain, or provide advice or assistance to customers in obtaining payday or auto title loans. Finally, Council directed the city manager to look at strategies for investing in affordable housing, which could include a bond election. Voters previously approved $55 million in affordable housing bonds in 2006, but only 49% voted in favor of those funds in the 2012 election. In discussion, council members offered a few amendments, including asking the city manager to consider a broad range of affordable housing options, while keeping in mind any upcoming elections from other jurisdictions. Staff will bring this information to the Health and Human Services Subcommittee before presenting a timeline to the Council on February 14th. In all, Council heard 99 items at its January 14th meeting. Its next regularly scheduled meeting will be January 31st. For CityView, I'm Samantha Park.
It was Abraham Lincoln who was credited with the quote, "Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other." Well, for those determined to succeed in 2013 by getting on track with a healthy lifestyle, Mayor Lee Leffingwell and the Mayor's Fitness Council hosted the annual Mayor's Resolution Run. The run was self-paced around the Lady Bird Lake Trail on routes ranging in distance from 1.5 miles to 10 miles and has become a healthy Austin tradition.
This is part of an effort by the Mayor's office, started by Mayor Will Wynn, and by the Mayor's Fitness Council, which was started about that time to promote fitness and healthy lifestyles in Austin. Of course, part of it is this part, the part we're doing today. Get some exercise, get out and walk, whatever you feel like doing. Walk, jog, sprint if you're in the mood for that, but just get out and move around a bit. And also the other part of that is good nutrition. And the Mayor's Fitness Council is doing, I think, a really good job on several fronts of promoting that effort too.
The Mayor's Resolution Run was free, open to the public, and helps Austinites start off their new year in a healthy way. And speaking of starting off the new year, thousands of Austinites came to downtown for the 3rd annual Austin New Year Festival, otherwise known as Any. 3 stages of bands and entertainment, glow lights for the kids, corn dogs, caramel popcorn, a web of New Year's wishes, and more. We were there as the Austin-style event generated many smiles during the last few hours of 2012.
Worked out fine. It was cool, but not too cool, and it was just misty when we showed up and cleared off. It was beautiful.
Well, first of all, it's a visual art piece. See the color? Secondly, it's an interactive light and sound experience called Express Yourself. So as the people move their hands or their bodies through those beams of light, they're triggering those beautiful harmonious synth sounds. Then there's some beams going horizontally across the back, and those are drum sounds. Incredible opportunity I've had, and I'm really grateful to the city of Austin to give me this opportunity. 1, 2, 3! Beautiful.
Welcome to the Web of Wishes. You come and write down a wish on a piece of paper, grab some yarn, and weave your wish in through the trees. When you write a wish, you get to put it in there, and then you get to look at everybody else's wishes too. And all of our dreams in our community are interconnected. I think it unifies us. I think it's really great for us to think about what we want for ourselves and for each other. So what's great is that as we all think about our wishes for the new year, we can think about how as a community we can grow together.
food was great, as were the fun and fireworks, which were free, and you can't beat that. Hey, that's all for this edition of CityView. I'm your host, Renee Tejas. The next episode will be Friday, January 25th. Thanks for watching.